Okay, what's up? Yeah, I can't have anybody to talk to, so I'm stuck talking to you people about this shit. Like, every time I bring up the Mandela effect to people, they either change the subject or ignore it, which just kind of gets to me. Just today, I had an example of the Mandela effect affecting our school, which is kind of funny because I took a test for Aboriginal studies, or for you people out there who still consider us Indians, I guess Indian studies for Native um, Native American Indians, well, Native Canadian Indians, I guess. You can't really call us Americans because we're not Americans, we're Canadians. But anyways, as I was saying, I'm veering off track here as usual. Anyways, as I'm saying, we were booked in a classroom, and it said classroom on the paper. It didn't say anything about what room we got, and I'll get to that part in a minute. But even the teachers were baffled as to why it was booked into this certain room. And here's the room. We were in a computer lab, and it was a written test. You don't write paper tests in a computer lab. Like, I just don't. I just didn't get that. And I just jokingly said that because the teacher himself, he was like, I don't get why we're booked in this room. Like, this room is not listed as a computer lab on the paper. And I just said Mandela effect as jokingly. And he was like, Mandela effect? And I didn't want to go into it, so I just said, it's just some crazy thing on the internet. Check it out. 9 times out of 10, when you say something like that, people will be like, oh, it's something crazy. Let's check it out. So they'll check it out, and hopefully I got him interested in this, because a lot of people I mentioned Mandela effect to, they just ask what's Mandela effect, and I don't want to go into it, so I'll just ask them certain questions. And just before I got home, well, before I left this class to take my test, I noticed something odd. Okay, I live in a tower complex building. It's called Encore Building, and we have a front door and a side door. And on the side door, it just leads to like a little mini field with a little bit of concrete on it. It's basically not even a parking lot. Well, all of a sudden today, I seen a white car parked in that area, like it was a driveway, and I retraced the tire tracks as to which way they came in, and it didn't make sense because there's no lift that goes into it. If those people parked in that spot on purpose, they must have ran over the curb and came in. Like, that's so dumb. This what I'm going to say here. A lot of people won't get the term, but so res meaning reserve, like living on a reserve, like people who just randomly drive up on the curve, kind of thing. I'm not saying all natives do that in the res, but yeah, it was just odd. I'll post a video of that later. Like, it just struck me as odd. And also, I did caution people about certain things. Like, before I went to the Walmart to get some coffee. Yes, we need coffee. Anyways, I met up with this older guy. So I figured, okay, let's try the Mandela test on him. And so I said, can I ask you a question? And he goes, what? I said, oh, I'm going to do a test here. Like, because you can't really just randomly ask somebody, how many people were in the JFK car? They just automatically get suspicious and ask, like, well, what do you want to know, kind of thing. But I acted like I was taking a book report test or something about him. And I asked him specifically, I said, how many people were in the car? Automatically, he said 4. And so I went with what my memory was. Because in my memory, it was Conley. It was an agent, another agent, Jackie, and JFK. So I just decided to mess with him, and I said, okay, well, then he turned around, but his story kept changing each time we walked more and more. His story kept changing from, it might have been 5, or it might have been it might have been four, might have been three, just three. And I just kept cutting them off, saying, "Well, no, you were right the first time. I agree with you on the first time. It was four because, well, like I said, I'm not one to say, well, hey, nowadays there's like it's six. Like you don't want to automatically do that these days because I've heard somebody had a heart attack trying to reveal this knowledge to an older person and he got tripped out and had a heart attack or something. But and another thing I did, I went to the library and they have a little coffee shop there, and they're selling. All of a sudden, they're selling sodas. They never used to sell regular pop. All they sold was like this one pop made from Cochrane, I think it is in Cochrane, Alberta. I'm not too sure. I forget what it's called. No, Bear's Paw soda. But all of a sudden, they got regular sodas. So I bought a Coke, and I jokingly said to the clerk, "Ain't it funny how they gotta guarantee that it's the actual Coke?" She looked at me like I was talking gibberish. Like, what? What do you mean? And I said, "You don't remember when they changed the recipe for Coke?" And she was like, "They changed the recipe?" And I didn't know what to say. Like this chick, she looked the same age as me. Maybe she's a millennial or something. Maybe she ages old. Maybe her looks has age ahead of her than something like that. Because she didn't know what the hell I was talking about when I said the recipe change. And I said, well, back in the 80s, they changed the recipe, and a lot of people didn't like it, so they re-released it and called it Coca-Cola Classic, with the classic under it. But I should have pointed out that nowadays they don't say classic anymore. But I was going to actually point that out right away, but I noticed on top it says original taste. Okay, that's my ramblings for today. I don't know, like, how's your day going? Other than that, I had some fun today. I'm probably going to go downtown again and do the Mandela test again on people, but like I said, I do it subtly. I don't just force it upon them. Like, I've heard some people just go up to people and say, do you want to do you know what a Mandela test is? And then right away they ask them, the first thing they ask them is, when did Nelson Mandela die? And to me, that's kind of like, don't get me wrong, and this phenomenon is named after him, but you ask them about when some person died, and then you turn around and say, no, that's not true. They like take offense and say, what, are you calling me stupid? You saying I'm senile? I don't remember shit? Like, I don't bother with that stuff, so I just come at them like it's a trivia or something. Like I'm taking a test for something, or I'm researching. I'm doing research. Like I for sure, honestly, one of these days just want to make a whole bunch of sheets with a thing and just call it a Mandela effect test, and it'll just be with the questions of everything that's happened during this Mandela effect. I mean, I know some people will go for it, other people will be like, get the fuck out of here with that. Yes, I'm swearing more often because at this point, I don't know, it's too preposterous. Like, what's the use of censoring myself? Like, I mean, I'm as vulgar as a sailor when it comes to swearing. Like, I can swear like a sailor on a boat, shipboat, a pirate. Like, basically, I fucking swear anytime I want. I have no filter. Like, if I see something trippy, I'll say holy shit, or fuck, or damn. But okay, I'm gonna get off. Like I said, see, I'm getting off subject here. Oh my god. But yeah, I'm gonna post that other video of the white car I'm talking about. Other than that, it's been an okay day. Hopefully I woke up that teacher to check out this Mandela effect phenomenon. Anyways, have a gooder. Whoop whoop. Much con love.